Now we'll be talking about how do we actually decide on a product. To make deciding on your product even easier, we've created a 6-step decision process that allows you to really think about the product that you're intending to sell online. The first is interest and desire. When we think of a product we'd like to sell online, we immediately imagine what we are interested in and desire the most. It may be fashion, perfumes, computer games, or reading a book. This initial thought phase is your blueprint to discovering the product to sell online. It may only be the first stepping stone, however it is crucial in the product idea and decision-making process. The next step in the 6-step process is popularity and demand. In the popularity and demand step, we need to have an understanding that even though what we desire is important, we now need to determine whether the product of your choice is viable and worthwhile. Therefore, to do this, we need to have an understanding whether the public is in need of your product's basic function, uses, and how significant your product is in your customers' personal and working lives. The third step in the 6-step process to deciding on your product is product characteristics. There are many different products for a variety of uses. However, what you'll need to consider is what type of product you want to promote and whether it is a consumable product or just a one-off. For instance, selling products like skin creams, toothbrushes, sealed foods, or ink cartridges are all consumable items, meaning that your customer will more than likely buy from you again as they will buy your product as a necessity. Basically, anything that is required constantly on a weekly, monthly basis is considered a consumable or disposable product, something that a customer will purchase from you and then require a repeat of the same or similar order again within a period of time. We recommend looking into consumable products as opposed to one-off or seasonal purchases like fine art and wall decor, as you're more likely to experience more frequent sales with consumable products than the one-off or seasonal products that are only purchased at certain times of the year or during certain economic periods. For example, people won't buy luxury items during bad economic times, and this only goes for a small percentage of people that are able to afford these types of luxury items. However, consumable products such as skincare are a necessity to many, so orders will still need to be made regardless of what period it is during the year. The fourth step in the 6-step process to deciding on a product is size and weight. When starting an online business from your home or office, you more than likely will be confined and limited to space. Therefore, when deciding on a product, apart from being popular, it also needs to be well-sized and not too heavy. This is crucial in setting up a comfortable and manageable online business. Once you locate your ideal product, find out its dimensions, weight, and also how it will be packaged to determine just what quantity you will be able to store at your location. If, however, you would like to bring in a particular product despite its size and weight, then you may need to look into getting some storage space. These don't cost much, however, are only recommended once you already have built your online business and sold your first small order. You can learn more about this in other modules. The next step in the decision-making process actually comes from our very own methodology, and that is brandability. Having brand names is something that we associate with big corporate companies like Nokia or Coca-Cola. However, what many don't know is that any product that is sourced, even by the smallest online business, can be branded and made to look unique and worthy within the consumer's eye. A good example would be, let's just say, of an imported toaster that is purchased from an online store or even a retail store. A friend visiting the new toaster owner would ask, "What kind of toaster is it?" And the owner of the toaster would typically say, It's just a no-name toaster from China. It was on special and at a good price. However, what if you branded the toaster to say Kitchen Mate or Home Chef? Then it'll immediately add value to the toaster's image. Whether it's big brands like Cambrooke, Breville, or even Sunbeam, they all are made in the same country and all began as no-name products before they arrived to their destined country. The reality is that over 85% of products sold in retail stores are already branded, and all of these are made in Asian countries, in particular China. The last step in the 6-step process of deciding on the product is target market. One important factor that decides what product you are to select when starting an online business is to determine whether your product is to be sold to the general public or consumer market, or businesses and corporations only, which is the B2B market. Sourcing a product for the consumer market would mean that your product will be sold to the public and adopted primarily for general and everyday use. These consumer products would include everything from general beauty and hygiene consumables to luxury items, jewelry, and appliances. Most products in this market will be mainly for individuals, families, and the household. Sourcing a product for the business or B2B market, however, would mean that your product will be sold exclusively to businesses for business use. These products would involve certain supplies such as packaging, specialized parts or consumables relating to a specific business type. If you do decide to sell to the B2B market, you'll be selling exclusively to people like sole traders, small businesses, right up to large corporations, selling business-related products. Coming now to the conclusion of this chapter, we want to keep in mind that the initial search to discover that perfect product to sell online does not all need to be a tedious task. By researching in the right areas and via the suggested websites online, you'll have your desired product narrowed down in no time. You'll need to remember that when deciding on the product, to make sure you implement the 6-step decision process, namely interest and desire, popularity and demand, product characteristics, size and weight, brandability, and target market. All these steps are extremely important when trying to decide on a product for your online business. You'll be able to make your decision a whole lot easier, and through research, you'll be able to find a product that will bring you some decent profits and continued success. Whether it be an auction site, supplier site, or a specific website with information on your chosen product or industry, it really doesn't matter how your product is found, just as long as you feel connected and interested in what you are about to begin selling online. Please remember to do your due diligence and research your product using the free tools suggested, such as Google Trends, Google Insights, and eBay's popularity tool. With Google AdWords, this indeed is a very powerful tool in terms of finding demand and competition levels for your product. However, we will learn more about this in further modules.